What's cracking with your party people?
We are back.
And today I want to discuss a very controversial topic in terms of filmmaking and games in general, and well, just in terms of entertainment in general.
Yeah.
It has the concept of adaptations, how they are done, how people would like for them to be done, how they are realistically done, and whether or not they are worth it in the end. So, for starters, let's start off with defining what an adaptation is. An adaptation is basically you take one medium and translate it into another. Think of Harry Potter. They were originally a book series that then got translated into a movie series that then got translated into games as well.
Yes.
Let's take Star Wars. That was once a movie that got translated into a book series, games, and TV show.
Yeah.
Star Trek, same thing. It was once a TV series, got translated into books. Gears of War, Mass Effect, Halo, just to name a few. Then you have TV shows like Kim Possible. That got adapted into a live action movie at one point. Then haven't watched it. Don't know if I will. Then you have SpongeBob. That got adapted into that got adapted into a longer form movie. Then you have things like Superman. Superman was a comic book that adapted into a TV show and a movie.
Yeah.
Same thing with Batman, Spider-Man. We have adaptations, and they're basically so ubiquitous and so common we don't really think about them until they go wrong.
Oh my god.
So let's start with one of the more infamous examples of adaptation gone wrong.
I got one.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Good lord.
So for those of you who are not going to know, Avatar: The Last Airbender was an animated TV series that aired on Nickelodeon back in 2005 that ran for 3 years. 3 years in 2008, and was then adapted into a movie in 2010. Was it 2010?
Yes.
I was in high school when it happened.
That made me dislike that director so much.
So before we get into that, it's important to mention that Avatar: Last Airbender was 3 seasons long.
Yeah, it was 3 seasons long.
And it told a very epic adventure, this very philosophically packed story about this kid coming to grips with the responsibility of being the avatar, the embodiment of all the elements of his world, and what it ultimately meant to carry that burden forward. The things he had to give up, the things he had to go out of, the things he had to learn, as well as his friends along the way who things that they had to learn on the journey of just about themselves and their own personal journeys and things they want to do. Qatar, the female lead, wanted to be the best waterbender she could be. Sokka trying to find a purpose in a world where he's a non-bender, and Toph wanting to find freedom from her life of being a rich girl. Then you have Zuko trying to find what it means to be what honor means to him and how that actually affects him in the story, and several others as well. Even the antagonists have that story arc to go through as well. The later antagonist of Zula, how she had to come to terms with what it meant to truly be in control and what control actually meant.
Yeah.
And what, affection was, which got resolved in a kind of like thick comic book kind of thing that happened after the show.
Yeah.
Where they go off to look for their mother. Pretty good story, I have to say.
Okay.
Which got adapted into a movie. But all that to be said, the show took its time to develop its world, its character, and its mechanics. Then the movie by M. Night Shyamalan happened. And the movie was more interested in explaining everything than it was in being a movie. So, X, take it away, please.
2 hours. This movie was 2 hours, and all we got out of that is one power. That wasn't even half of the atrocious stuff that happened in there. First of all, in the show, his name is actually Aang.
Yep.
He changed the name and went from Aang to Ong.
Mm-hmm.
Then
He didn't all the names back. I think it's Ong, Katara, Ahsoka, and Sokka.
Yeah, I'm like.
And I think the only name he got right was Iroh.
Yeah, but he didn't watch the show. He didn't watch the show, and people gonna sit and say, "Oh well, he didn't have time." Yes, he did.
The show's been at that point been out for.
I even showed him this.
Years.
He said the same thing like everybody else did, and I showed it to him. I was like, "Brad, look what year this came out." And look how long the show has been running. He had plenty of time to get the character's name, to get the story. I felt, in my opinion, this was trash, which it is, but it should have been done in several parts, in my opinion, because it had what like the show had like 7 books, like 7.
It was 3 books,
yes.
and I want to say like 5 seasons.
Yeah, so yeah. And my thing is, like, he should have done first off, he should have done more research, in my opinion. He should have done more research. And you just don't pick a kid off the internet and think he has potential. Do the old-fashioned way.
Have an audition.
You have an audition. If you think he's the right person, bring him in for an audition. Don't just say this one person is the perfect person to play that bothered me on top of that. And then it's just like, I felt like he wasn't doing it for the fans. He was doing it for a cash grab.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to sit and tell me that was his best work. That was his best work. He think what he did was amazing. No, it was trash. Because I felt more emotion and through the show than this movie. This movie I have not gone back to watch.
I haven't either.
And unfortunately,
and I saw it in theaters too.
Yeah, I did not see it in theaters. I was not paying money to see that in theaters.
Yeah, I went with 2 friends, one of which walked out the theater 3 separate times. And it's only because you couldn't drive at the time, so we were basically stuck at the theater. He walked out 3 separate times. He hated the film that much. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like this, like, what the hell is going on? In the show, you have water, fire, earth, and earthbending. We have, and earthbending is always depicted as this big, bombastic, wide thing that shakes the earth. In the show, in the movie, they get 5 earthbenders to move 1 rock.
Oh yeah, no, that was sad. That was sad. I was like, what? You need 5 people to move 1 rock?
And it's like this whole like long choreographed thing. It's not like a big rock. It's like a boulder. Like maybe
He's not lying. Like literally, they did a 5-minute build-up just to move the rocks, and they did the same thing for air.
Yeah.
They spent
this big sweeping
movement a 5-10 minute build-up just to move the wind. I'm like, what?
Whereas in the show, it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
You know, each movement of the arm corresponds to a movement of the element.
Yes.
Whereas in the movie, like 5-6 movements correspond to 1 elemental movement.
And I could be wrong, and I could be wrong about this. I think I'm right. I think he tried to squeeze all 3 seasons into 1 movie.
No, he squeezed the entirety of the first season into 1 movie.
Yeah, I was like, why?
But the first season was like 27 episodes long.
Yeah,
you could have easily gotten like 3, like maybe 2 movies out of that.
Yeah, at least 2 movies out of that. But I'm like,
at least 2.
But I'm telling you, like, I think he was rushing through it. I was like, no, like, I wouldn't even have, me personally, I would not have made no announcement about the movie.
Yeah.
I would have like done my research, get the writers together, and get the producer in here and figure out the budget wise. We need to figure out the script and make sure the script is down to a T.
Yes.
When we have the script and the premise and the plot is on point and the pacing on point, whether it's for the dialogue or whatever, make sure that's on point. When we do that, then we need to find our cast, and we need to make sure that we're doing the characters justice.
Now I believe this isn't true. I want to hope this isn't true, and I believe they did debunk it. But rumor had it that when the movie came out, the girl they got to play Katara wasn't even someone they auditioned or someone they found. To my understanding, and this was the rumor. If you guys can confirm it down below or counter it, please do so. But the rumor is that the girl that played Katara was the daughter of one of the executives, and he requested she get the part.
That's what I heard too. I hope that's not true.
I hope it's not true either, because if that's the case, oh boy, that was not good.
No, yeah. Like, I hope that was not true.
Because that actress was just not good.
No,
it's very clear she had not had a single day of acting.
No, she didn't. And the guy that played the brother,
I don't know what happened.
No, I know what happened to him. I know where he's from. and I don't know why they picked him to do it. He was originally in Twilight.
Wait, what?
Yes, yes, and you probably haven't seen it, but basically he did.
I've not seen Twilight.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised.
no, I've seen it. But he did not play the main part. Edward. He played one of the brothers.
Oh, okay.
And
They know you even have brothers.
Yeah, he did. I don't know why they put him in it because he did not fit that role.
Yeah.
And this is why I feel like he was just. When I say this, I'm just assuming this. I really think he was just picking just people who he thought in his mind that was good.
Yeah.
They were not good.
Yeah.
None of them, in my opinion,
I
personally.
think he was trying to go off of it. Because I think at this point, because I think this was his first dud, right?
Yes.
I was his first dud. I think he was riding off the high of his praise. I remember at the time he was being praised as being the next Spielberg.
Yeah, because he did the Sixth Sense, the Unbreakable, and Signs. And to me, I love Signs. A lot of people don't like Signs. I do. I loved it. I love the Sixth Sense and Unbreakable.
I've only ever seen Signs myself.
Yeah, Signs was good. It wasn't the greatest, but it was good. It was good.
But at the point, I think he was like, well, at this point, I'm doing well. I'm just gonna go off my gut instinct. Never go off your gut instinct.
No, don't do that.
So when you're casting actors, actually, you want to go off a gut instinct, have an audition, see what they're going for, and then have a gut instinct. If you cannot decide between maybe 1 or 3 actors.
Yeah, and this is why I feel like when you're doing stuff based off like whether it's comic books or a show that's something that's been successful, and you're going off your gut, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
Because it did something similar to the movie Morbius. I didn't see it at the end, thank God. I saw it somewhere else, and it was atrocious. Like, it was too goofy. The villain, Matt Smith, I believe his name is. He played the villain, and he wasn't even sinister. He wasn't even scary. He was a joke. They made him into a depressed, angry little man who was mad because Morbius didn't tell him about the formula, about the cure. So he took it upon his hands, took it, and started killing and smoking and drinking and snorting cocaine and drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
That was it. And like there were random moments that didn't make any sense. Like, why was Tyrese in there? I didn't understand that.
Wait, what?
Yes. That's what I said too. Like
the singer.
Yes.
The guy who's one of the main guys in Fast and Furious.
Yes. They put him in there, but
why is he in there?
He's supposed to be a cop, and it doesn't like. I'm not joking. The scenes with him and the other guy, I don't know what his name is. I guess that's his partner. They're both a joke to me.
Barring Fast and Furious in the first Transformers movie, Tyrese, whoever your agent is, fire that.
Yes, please do because
he's not doing you anything.
Yeah, now again, I might be the minority. I think you did a better job in the first Transformers in my eyes better than this movie because this movie was just atrocious.
I have not seen Morbius yet at all. Honestly, at this point, I'm not interested in seeing it.
No, here's the even sad part. They re-released this a couple days ago in theaters.
Re-released it?
Yes.
It must be doing gangbusters. Then that's all.
I don't know what they're doing, but they brought it back in theaters again. I don't know why. That was not good.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Because Morbius, and unless I'm getting something mixed up, Morbius is I think is right now currently one of Spider-Man's most sinister villains.
Yes. And when you explained it to me, especially when you told me like Morbius is very dark and he doesn't care who he has to kill.
Yeah.
When you told me that he ripped out Peter Parker's eyes.
Yeah, in one of the comics, Morbius, or at least a version of Morbius, is traveling through the dimensions, killing out Spider-Man, and he gets to the main one with the current universe Peter Parker. Peter's in the hospital, so he has to basically fight his way out the hospital. And Morbius basically pins him in the middle of the street, and just to show he can do it, plucks out Peter's eye and eats it in front of him.
See,
while the guy's still awake.
See, that to me, I want to see.
But it's never gonna happen because they're never gonna get R-rated Spider-Man.
Yeah, and see, that's my issue. Like,
which is weird because a lot of Spider-Man comics are very R-rated.
Yeah, but basically my whole point is like I don't understand. Like for me, I'm okay with adaptation, but she needs to make it where like the audience is going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I did not enjoy Morbius. I'd rather see the live action Assassin's Creed, and that was not that good.
I've not seen that.
The only thing I had a problem with that was it was just the editing on that was atrocious. It was like, but imagine that times 10. Like it was just cut.
Oh no, I would have chucked this out the window.
Yeah, it was that quick. Like it was just cutting. It was cutting like it was that fast. Like I didn't like it, and like moments like that, and to me it was just not good. And they've done several adaptations for different things. Spider-Man with Tom Holland. For me, I love Tom Holland. I love Andrew Garfield's version too. I love Tobey Maguire's too. Except number 3. He just goofy now.
Well, to be fair to number 3, that one, the director, it was what was his name? What was the director who directed the Tom Maguire movies?
The one the first 2 was Sam Raimi.
Yeah. I think he did all 3.
He did all 3.
Yeah, he did all 3.
Lord,
but
Jesus.
to my understanding, he number 3, he was not trying to have Venom in it because he didn't view Venom as an interesting villain.
Gotcha.
So he said, because I don't feel him an interesting villain, I don't want to put him in.
Okay, wow.
But the studio mandated he do it.
Oh, well, so it's y'all fault that's doing that. Okay.
Yeah, because originally he wanted to only focus on Sandman and Harry.
And that's fine. That would have been fine.
That would have been fine. But they basically forced Venom in, so he had to cast somebody, and the guy they cast.
Oh no, I know who it is.
I think he decided to play Venom like a heroin addict.
Yeah, because the guy that played him was Topher Grace. If y'all know who that is, he's off. He's one show probably everybody knows is That 70 Show as Eric.
Oh, that was him?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, and my dude, you are just horrible in that. So just not in that same show in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
you would not get it.
And I think everybody recognizes that, and I think even the studio realizes at this point that may be forcing that in with the bad because I get why they did it.
Yeah.
Venom is by far Spider-Man's most popular villain.
Yeah, but see.
But Sam Raimi had a very specific idea he was
Yes.
going for, and you basically have to make it
Yes.
right around this inclusion.
Yeah, but I like what you said. Like he was like that villain that everybody liked in the comics.
Yeah.
But here's my thing though. If that is the case, make that same thing in the movies.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it wrong.
Well, in the movies, they would have had to have cast somebody who was buff and ripped.
But that's fine.
You see how he is in his own standalone movie, right? He's supposed to be Venom.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like that big, if not maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but my thing is for both versions of Venom with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
It wasn't good to me because
you didn't like the Tom Hardy Venom stuff?
No, the first one I did. The second one I didn't because
Left Every College?
No, I didn't love it. It was too goofy.
Wait, what?
You didn't see it?
So for reference there, I've not seen any of the Tom Hardy.
Okay, so.
But when I heard they're going to bring in Carnage, I'm like, oh
no,
they're bringing Spider-Man's Joker.
No, it was goofy. It was goofy.
Why was it goofy?
Don't ask me. You better ask Marvel, Disney, and they were included in it, and Circus, because he's the one that directed it.
Andy Serkis explains a lot.
But and then
Carnage is supposed to be okay. So let me go ahead and spell this out for you guys real quick. Oh sweet Jesus! So Carnage, in case you're wondering, is the reason why I said they're bringing in Spider-Man's Joker. I think the guy's name is Cletus Cassidy. That's the name of the guy who gets the Carnage symbiote.
Yeah, now
Cletus Cassidy is a psychotic killer.
Yes.
And when I mean psychotic, I mean, imagine the Joker if he had no sense of humor and went straight for the kill every time.
Yes.
And he got creative with how he killed people. Dismemberment, ripping them apart, cutting them slowly, blowing them up, that kind of stuff. He is a serial killer.
Okay.
As in, he doesn't care. He likes to bathe in blood. He pushed his own grandmother down the steps to snap her neck when he was 5. I think he bludgeoned his parents' heads in with a hammer when he was a kid. He's a sadistic psychopath.
So
why would they make him a joke?
So
Wait, what's his rated R?
No, no, no. But look, but watch this. So look, everybody. So everything he just mentioned, right? Everything he just mentioned, that's very sadistic, right? Oh no, but look, none of that was in the movie. None of that was in the movie.
Then what was the fucking point?
That's what I said. But look, no. It gets better about this though. So the one that played Cletus in the movie was Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
And it was still goofy. So they had that focus. So they had two different plots. They had plot A and plot B, and then plot C. So the first plot was the gay relationship between Venom and Eddie Brock. That was the first plot. The second one was Eddie and Eddie's ex-girlfriend and her new husband. That was plot 2. And then plot 3 was Connor being goofy with his girlfriend that I guess screamed and killed people. But the whole entire movie of it was goofy. You had Venom at you had Venom getting mad at Eddie Broderick, so he went to a rave party talking about I hate my friend Eddie. He wasn't there for me. Blah 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 blah. I'm my own man. I'm Venom. It was goofy throughout the whole movie. It was goofy. And even the first one wasn't even dark. It wasn't even nowhere to how you explain how Venom was. It got, I literally thought, I'm not making this up. Guys, I'm not making this up. Everything he just explained about that killer, I wanted to see in Carnage.
And here's the thing about it, right? The reason why that pisses me off.
It pisses me off too.
Is because when they actually had a Marvel DC crossover and Cletus Cassidy tried to mind screw Joker, Cletus Cassidy got mind fucked. Because as sadistically crazy as he is, the Joker broke him instantly.
That's crazy. See, I want to see it, but I'm telling you.
But we're never going to
see
get
it.
stuff like
No.
that. We're never going to get the crossover where we see Superman wielding Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield. We're never going to get the crossover where the Marvel heroes are actually merged with the DC heroes.
So,
and I'm just like,
yes.
Why?
Yeah, so...
Like, you took arguably one of the most sadistic psychopaths.
Yeah.
They literally had a comic series where Venom Carnage took over the entire planet.
Yes.
And Carnage realized, well, basically infected every superhero. Captain America, Wolverine, Miles Morales.
Good God.
Everybody. He infected everybody in maximum carnage to resurrect the god of the symbiotes. And I'm just like, you took that guy and made him a joke.
Yes, I'm not joking. Like the whole entire movie, and I don't think I watched. Did I watch it? Did I think I did. And
you should have asked me money back.
Yeah, I should have too, but it was too late by then. But anyway, it was goofy. I'm like, what? How do y'all do this? How do y'all mess? How y'all keep? And what pisses me off more is what they were saying before we got released. It's gonna be darker. It's gonna be all this.
Well, apparently not.
It's not. It was a joke.
I would have super false advertising.
I swear to God, I will literally tell Brad, just look at one clip online, and look how goofy it is. It is goofy. It is no.
That's what they're gonna do to Blade.
That's what I'm saying. So again, I'm probably going on.
And once again, Blade is meant to be the vampire hunter of the
yes.
Marvel universe.
Everybody.
And when I heard it, like, oh god, you got Blade and Morbius, I was thought it was gonna be a freaking bloodbath. And then you told me that what is it? Feige said, oh no, we're not gonna do a R-rated.
Guys, I was
Blade. And I was trying to tell you, like, oh no, he gonna change his mind,
No.
And then when you told me that he came out and straight up said no,
I even showed it to you.
I was like, why?
I even showed it to him on my phone. Like, look what he said right here. We're not making it
And I'm like, why? Why would you intentionally lose money? And then you want to dumb down Morbius too? That should have been the fight of the freaking century.
Yes, I'm telling you.
You have a half vampire black dude, the guy who basically helped Marvel get a foot
Whoa,
in the
whoa,
cinema
wait,
industry.
wait, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. What did you say about Morbius again? What did you say again?
No, Blade.
Okay. I'm about to say. Okay.
Yeah, Blade's a half vampire.
Yeah.
Morbius is as far as I understand, I'm not too deep into Spider-Man comics.
Yes.
I know that at one point Morbius was like a dimension-hopping vampire thing, trying to kill Spider-Man, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell?
Yes.
Like, I get. No, I don't get it. Fuck it. Disney, what's your damn problem making an R-rated movie? You have access to Marvel. You know what happens in Marvel. There have been multiple instances in Marvel Comics of people getting bloody murdered. We've had the Hulk literally smash somebody's head in with his bare hands. You had Spider-Man tear a dude in half with his bare hands. You had Sandman burst out of Spider-Man's stomach in a zombie comic. It was. Why would you put the effort into getting this stuff and then you want to be like, I don't want to make.
I know why. I know why. The top two reasons why they won't do it, and I'm telling you, I'm going to get flack for this, but I'm being honest. This is the main top two reasons. The number one reason is LGBT, and I said it. That's the reason why. And two, they keep doing it for the kids.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, and I keep telling people this, that mindset is not going to work for years. It's not. When you explain about Morbius, that's a dark character. Yeah. I don't know jack about Morbius. He knows a little bit more than I do, but when he's playing just that one part, I want to see that in the movie theaters. But when a company like Disney is focused on doing it for the kids, that pisses me off. Because you keep saying, oh, it's for the kids. No! Fuck the kids.
That's the comic panel.
Yes! Yes!
It's not good quality, but that's the comic panel.
No, but what he just showed me, that is gory and violent.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, none of that was in that movie Morbius.
Yeah.
But y'all doing it for the kids.
This is the aftermath of what happened to Spider-Man. He just lied their industry broken.
When you keep doing it for the kids, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. It's not effective.
And let me add my own 2 cents onto that statement. What my problem with that mindset is simply this. When you're doing it to target a specific group or to try to get a specific group's money, what you're telling me is you're not interested in telling just a story. You're not interested in trying to be natural in the moment. What you're interested in trying to do is trying to engineer a dedicated audience. But that's not going to work because after a while, you're going to fall into the same trap. You're going to do the exact same thing, the exact same time, the exact same way every single time, and you're going to bore people.
Yes,
okay?
You're boring me to death. Like
you cannot. Your freaking company's founder even stated, "Do not aim for kids. If you aim for only kids, you're dead in the water."
Yes, I'm telling you, at the rate that y'all going, and I'm going to say 2 things about this. At the rate that y'all going with this, if y'all keep doing these movies that were originally violent and rated R,
and you dumb
it down to for the kids, I'm telling you what's going to happen, and you may not see it. You're going to lose a lot of people because you're dumbing it down. And 2, a person like me who is a Marvel fan, I'm going to end up not watching none of your recent Marvel films because y'all keep dumbing it down. What he just showed me, I want to see that. I know it's not going to happen. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be that violent. What I'm saying is, when you're coming out and saying a movie's dark and everything, in our mind, when we're hearing dark, we're hearing violence and bloody.
And some sexuality.
Yeah, I don't see that in these movies.
I see child-friendly shit. It's why I don't watch Star Wars stuff or cartoon content anymore. Want to know why? Here's why. Here's exactly why. And Disney, you need to understand. You need to understand. One of your movies has one of the first instances of this weapon being used, having the arm being locked off. You know what Disney said they didn't want to do anymore?
What?
Have the lightsaber delimb people.
I gotta walk off on that one. Why?
This was around the time Jedi Fallen Order came out. They specifically mandated that EA not depict the lightsaber cutting off limbs, arms, and heads, but you can cut wild animals in half of it.
So that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a blade of superheated plasma. You literally have a movie of it melting a door down. Your first instance is a dude's arm getting cut off. We see the heroes get their arms and limbs and heads cut off all the freaking time. But you're like, it cannot cut off arms and legs anymore. Your recent movie had one of your supposedly protagonistic people, and it was the same guy that your head of Lucasfilm praised for writing strong female characters, and by the way, his female characters suck ass. Yes, I fucking said it. You let him say, you said he was so good at writing, you let him direct the scene where he took the lightsaber and literally had it go through someone's head and back. You censored it's the Last Jedi. It was in the throne scene. Kylo Ren grabbed the lightsaber and cut it on and whatnot. Yeah. It was a terrible fight scene. I don't blame you. Forgot about it. But I'm like, why would you make that mandate and then have that scene come out in that movie like less than a year later?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
And I'm just like, do you not understand that? And it's
stop doing it for the kids, please. Just stop.
And we're not even saying you can't make
you
shows,
can't do that.
but you cannot dumb down something that already exists and try to get more butts and seats.
That's all
Here's what you do: you make something else.
Yes.
You make something else.
That's all
there are plenty of characters in Marvel that are of a younger age set that have, this particular power set that you might want to put out. They don't have to be a popular character. Your entire Marvel universe is based upon Iron Man, Captain America, freaking Hawkeye, and a Hulk, who at that point were like B and C-list characters.
Yeah,
you can take lower ranked characters and elevate them to a higher standard without having to dumb down a pre-existing one.
Yeah, and this is why and people may call me crazy or weird for doing it. That's why I sent Disney a message. They're not gonna respond, but I still send a message. I'm like, do y'all not understand what y'all about to do for Blade? Look at these posters. Blade 1, Blade 2, Blade 3. They all have been rated R. Even though the last one was trash, they were all rated R. Wesley Snipes playing as Blade was a black vampire hunter. Yeah. He was badass and whooped ass. Why are y'all going? I'm trying to understand your logic here. Why is something that was successful during that time, and you want to go back to dumbfound it? I'm trying to understand that. You guys I don't think y'all are using your brains here, because something's not making sense here. If Morbius is supposed to be that violent, you don't gotta make it that violent, but make it violent. You get my point right now.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to be dark and gritty and violent, do that. If every kid in the world is not going to like that, that's fine. That's why I keep saying fuck the kids. It's not for the kids.
Yeah.
In comic books, some people like the Punisher. That's a violent motherfucker.
You just watch. If they ever do him in a live action adaptation, he'll be firing Nerf guns at some point.
I swear to God. I swear, if you take that guy that I saw in the show, Punisher, and you dumb him down,
it won't be a skull on his shirt anymore. It's gonna be like some cartoonist like the rounded skull hair with like the dumb little stubby teeth.
I swear, if y'all do that, I'm going to stick to watching the old Disney stuff and not watch the new stuff. I can't do it with y'all because y'all keep dumbing stuff down. And what's funny with you, Disney, you put the most violent shows that were on Marvel, like Daredevil, Punisher, and you put on the app Disney, but you put parental control on it. So that's fine and all, but my point is, if you're going to do that, then you might as well go ahead and make violent Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying here? You put a show like Daredevil, which was violent and bloody,
on your stream.
On your stream service, but you won't allow a Marvel movie to be rated R or a Spider-Man to be rated R.
Like going forward, I don't think we'll see a movie.
We never will, and I don't understand this logic here. But again, that's just me. I don't understand the logic that Disney is doing here, especially in DC too. But that's a whole nother story. But my whole point is, Stop dumbfounding things for kids. That's not going to last. I promise you, it's not going to last.
And I'm gonna be honest with you here. All you're doing is you're constraining yourself more than necessary.
You are.
So in a previous podcast that we did, we talked about mature content, right? And I brought up a show called Ladybug, and I think we had a conversation saying that it's TVY7 and it was gifting itself. Well, I went back and I did some research, right?
Yeah.
So they're about to have season 5 come out.
Yes.
They changed the age rating.
To what?
The general audience.
Okay, but is anything?
And to my understanding, I believe that's a step up from TVY7, right?
What, G?
Yeah, G.
No. Back in the day, G was acting like G for kids, and then Y7 was like so like I can't remember the order it was in, but I believe Y7 was underneath G.
Let me take a look here real quick.
Yeah, because I can't remember. Cause like guys like again, I don't got a problem with y'all doing these certain things. Just don't make it.
No. It's TVY, TVY7,
and then
TVG, PG, 14, and MA. So they took this show that was really Y7, and they went from 7 and under to general audience. And I think that's because they plan on making it more mature going forward.
Okay, but things that you told me before, are those things gonna be still in that show?
What things?
Like remember you saying like basically the couple, like there was like one that was a big girl, one that was a lesbian couple.
Yeah, one lesbian.
Yeah.
One's I think at this point I think they're going to out confirm it.
Okay, well that's fine.
And then the other one I think they had these two guys, but I want to say they were hinting at it or just have them be really good friends or whatever.
So,
but what I'm saying is that they're going. I think they're taking I think the change in the age rate is them saying, okay, we understand that, and I guess it has something to do with how the 4th season ended. Yeah, that's the only way I can think of it. I've only seen like part of one episode and part of another one, and maybe part of one of the movies.
Yeah.
But I believe the change in rating is that the ending to the last season that came out.
Okay.
I think they said, okay, now we gotta take it up a notch.
Okay, yeah. So look, when they said that, I'm fine with them saying that.
I have not seen any confirmation. All I know is that they're changing the age rating to G.
Yeah, but my thing is my biggest thing is they realize it's mature.
Yes.
It's mature, so you have to step it up.
Yes, you can't you get the kid gloves has got to come up. Yes. And at this point, I believe if it's season 5, it's been going on for 5 years now. If it's TVY7, right? That means that the audience that you were aiming at is now 12.
Yes. But again, I'm saying that for me, I may watch, I may not watch, but what I'm saying is that the people realize it's mature, so they had to change the rate and step up the show itself.
Yeah.
So my thing to you is, Disney, why can't you do the same thing?
Yeah.
Why are y'all stuck in this bubble where the bubbles is for kids and LGBT? Here's my thing. I got no problem with that, but don't dumb it down for all of us to suffer.
Yeah.
Remove that bubble, take the gloves off, and make these so many shows and movies gritty that they need to be like in the comments. Yeah. Because some of the comments I've been reading have been very violent.
Yeah.
Again, I'm fine with that. But my thing is, if you want to make a character lesbian or gay, that's fine. If the story fits that narrative, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But if you're just putting it in there just to put it in there, I got a problem with that.
So that shows us that you just don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
It's not, and when I say you don't care, I don't mean you don't care about your other audiences. You don't care about the audience you're supposedly catering to.
Yes.
Because what you're telling, at least this is what I'm going to do, because I don't know if you remember, but I remember a time where they would just put black people in there to get black people to... I remember. It's like, we don't really care about making black people actual characters, and making them actually, we run to the story. We want to have a black person in there so we can get black people to come spend on our movies.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like doing with the LGBT community.
I have no problem with them. I'm just saying, y'all forcing it, and y'all keep saying it's not forced. I can tell it's forced.
Like, I'm gonna bring up this example, okay? Sony's recently announced that they're doing a God of War, not a God of War, a Last of Us adaptation.
Yes.
In this adaptation, I remember you told me this. And once again, we know nothing about the adaptation right now.
No, I don't.
There's nothing about the production, nothing about the writing, nothing about when it's set, nothing about what they're focusing on.
They did come out and say it is sticking to the first game.
So it's the first game only right now.
Yes.
Okay. The one thing that they decided to confirm is that one of the actresses is transgender.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you about that one. Why was that relevant?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And once again, this is nothing against her being trans.
No.
Not at all. My question is, why is it when it comes to this adaptation of a beloved video game
Yes.
in a ecosystem where
Why is that one thing important that y'all have to post it and say this transgender is playing a non-transgender person?
At that point, what was the point?
I don't get that.
And here's why I bring this up, right? It's because of this. We don't get a lot of good adaptations. We don't. The best adaptations we have are cheesy flicks like the Dead or Alive movie and the old Mortal Kombat movies. The new Mortal Kombat movie are just not good.
And Sonic is, I've said many times, it's the best game adaptation movie.
Haven't seen it yet. I gotta sit in the back. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes.
But what I'm getting at is that when it comes to these adaptations, especially in this ecosystem where everything is very volatile, people are up in arms about one thing or another for some of the craziest freaking reasons, right?
Yes.
If you're going to have a transgender character in an adaptation, granted, I will give you this.
Yes.
It's honestly probably the best place to put a transgender character.
Yeah, yes.
But the adaptation needs to be good first.
Yes, but here's the thing though. The character, now I played Last of Us, the first one, 8 or 10 times.
Yeah.
That character that they mentioned had nothing to do to be what in the script. That's what I'm saying. I know every character that's in this story.
Yeah.
Y'all came out and said it's going to be sticking to the first game.
Did they actually mention what character she's playing, by the way?
No.
No?
No.
So once again, it's like...
But this is, again, I'm not hating, I'm just saying, why y'all forcing this? I can name every character in that game right now. Ellie, Joel, Mike, I can't remember the other ones right now. But yeah, Ellie, and then the Queen Firefly, all the people. But that character they're talking about is not in the game.
Yeah.
I remember every character. I don't understand Ellie's game. I know that, but it worked because it works within the script.
Not to mention her story with that individual was so heartbreaking.
Yes.
That at that point it didn't matter.
It didn't.
What mattered is that this relationship has a very, very personal touch.
Yes, and it worked. That's what I'm saying.
And not to mention, they already did this. They already did this in a fantastic way. We didn't know she was gay.
No, I did.
They released the DLC, and we came to our conclusion. We asked the question, said, yes, that's what it is.
Yes.
But with this particular instance, wouldn't it have made more sense to keep that a secret till it's not the secret, it's the very last thing you talked about?
Yeah,
that should not have been your leading argument.
But this is why I get upset. This is why I was trying to explain. He understands me. It's not me hating on y'all. It's just y'all forcing this, and that's getting irritating to me because, for example, if y'all do a God of War, I know for a God-honest fact, the show will come out and say one of the characters is transgender.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the script. So why do y'all have to advertise it and announce it?
Here's another one. Here's another one for you. So that way you guys understand where I'm coming from with this. Solo. Why the fuck was Lando pansexual? What purpose did that serve? I'll tell you what purpose it served. It served no purpose to his character in the movie. You want to know what purpose it served? It served a purpose to make the robot gender fluid.
Yes.
Why did it matter?
It didn't matter.
Because here's the thing, right? It's like, here's our first female robot. Need I remind you about episode 5? Where the sequel bumps into a random other Protocol droid unit who has a female voice.
Yes.
Episode 1, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They're served by another Protocol droid with a female voice. And when people point that out, they say, oh yeah, because this robot actively identifies as a female.
No, it didn't.
Well, no, in the movie, no, they didn't. They're just saying that it did. But if that was the case, then then the focus shouldn't be on whether or not the robot is gender fluid.
It doesn't matter.
It should have been focused on whether or not a robot has a soul.
Yes.
And can it?
But that's the whole point, though. That like even in the old movies they did that.
With R2D2 and 3PO.
Yeah, they focus on the soul more than the gender.
Not to mention they didn't have to do it as like this big thing. We just saw
we saw
characters.
It. All I'm saying is just make it natural. Stop doing that. Like that's annoying to me. This is why I get upset when y'all do this. Like y'all doing this like for the kids. Like stop. Like stop. I don't understand. I know y'all a big company. I know y'all own everything. I get it. Y'all the most big company ever. Fine. I get that. But stop dumbing down movies. I don't like you're making me like I'm telling you making me want to quit, start watching your Marvel movies and go to DC, or better yet, just watch horror and romantic. And I can't believe I even said that too. That hurts me even saying that. But
watching what now?
Like horror and romantic.
Oh.
Like
go to the genre.
But like I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was completely like, wait a minute, what did he just say? You're gonna watch what? That was good, sir.
I ain't watching that, but like it's just like, but it gets to a point where like y'all, I'm really getting too close to one where I just don't have no interest in y'all movies no more.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think another part of it is less that they're forcing it. That is an aspect. I think what it is they're trying to shield themselves from criticism. Because think about it.
But why though?
Here's the thing though. Think about it. If you criticize a movie, you say that there aren't elements in there, people are less likely to go watch the movie. If you review something as being bad, the people going to see it will stop seeing it. It happened with The Last Jedi. It happened with The Rise of Skywalker. It happened with Man of Steel. It happened with Batman v Superman. It happened with Justice League. When bad reviews come out, people stop watching it. So I think a lot of these big companies put like, oh, it's for kids or it's for this group of people, so that way when people do criticize it, they can call those people by other kinds of names. If you're that much of a coward that you cannot take constructive criticism to improve next time around, because I've seen it happen every single time. Well, it happened with Last Jedi. Everybody criticized that. Every single person who came out against Infinity War says, why would you criticize something aimed at kids? And I'm like, and I'm sitting here like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then the same thing with like, I think it was I want to say it was it was Last of Us Part 2. Actually, I think it was.
Yes.
It was something about the female being like.
I'll tell you what it was. It was the character Abby.
Yeah.
She was so built, and her body structure looked like a man.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I understood why they did it. I'm not kissing nobody's ass when I'm saying this.
So she wasn't transgender. She was just.
No. She was.
Okay, because that's the controversy. Everybody thought she was transgender.
No. So I'm gonna say for all you idiots that thought she was, she's not. She's not. And here's the other thing. Y'all even probably said that y'all didn't play the game. That's the problem. Y'all didn't play the game, so y'all don't know. I played the game. She's not transgender. She's just a woman who is swole and built. But there's a reason why she's like that. But some of y'all is want to sit here and say, oh, she's just transgender, so I don't want to play the game. I don't want to play the game. Y'all haven't even played the game. I played the game 2 times. I understand the reason for why they did that.
Okay. She's
not transgender. She has a reason for being built and swole.
And just to circle back around that last adaptation with that one thing we did announce, I still maintain that should have been that the actress being transgender should have been the last thing announced, and it should and if it's going to be that the actress was going to be transgender, she should have been playing a transgender character, and what we should have seen is how this apocalypse affects a character who is trans. To my understanding, I think if you're trans, you gotta take like treatments or pills.
Yeah, no,
like
you do.
There's some kind of medication you gotta stay
But
on.
she never was because they showed the backstory of her. She never was. So I don't understand where that was coming from.
No, I don't mean Abby. I mean for the movie adaptation, for the TV show.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Yes,
But so what that's what I meant when I say let's circle back around to that real quick. What I'm saying is that if you're going to cast this transgender actress, this transgender performer talent to play a character, I'm just gonna say it right now, especially in this day and age where we're casting more towards like physical types.
Yeah.
They should have played a transgender character, and what we should have seen is, A, if not how that affects them in this post-apocalypse,
Yes.
then B, how they're trying to navigate it, or how it is, not how it's relevant, but like more or less like how does society regress or treat them now that they're at that point? Does it change? Does it get worse? Does it get better?
I would rather have that transgender actor as a performer literally deal with like as far as how to survive in a post-apocalyptic world than worrying about their gender. I don't care about that. If you're in a post-apocalyptic world,
there are more important things going on.
I mean, thank you. No, think about it. Be realistic here. Think about it. Do you really think that's important? No, it's not important.
Especially when you have, spores that are turning people into living zombies.
Yeah, so that's more important than worrying about the gender. Again, that's not important to me. If it works in the script, then go for it. That's fine. I have no problem with it. But if you just put it in there just to put it in there,
then you have no business putting it in
there. That's my issue. When y'all doing that for that half and then doing this other dumbfounded stuff for kids, and y'all keep trying to figure out why it's not working, look at your work.
I'm gonna put it like this, and I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 more. If you have a cast of 7 characters, I'd rather have, for me, one incredibly. Let me amend that. If you have a cast of 100 characters, I'd rather have one incredibly well-written black character than 99 average written black characters.
Yes.
Because at that point, what's the difference?
It makes sense though to why it's in the story.
Yeah.
Why that one particular black person is working because of the premise and the plot. If their character is trying to survive through this post-apocalyptic world for a reason, and he's trying so hard to get to this certain destination for a reason, I would rather see that, like he said, than 99 other black people in here.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that.
Who are just there to be there.
I don't want to see that. I'm being serious as 2 black folks. I don't want to see that.
I don't see that either.
I don't want to see that.
Because what that tells me is, it's like, okay, you want more black people? Okay, here's 99 average to poorly written black people, but here's our amazingly well-written white character.
Yeah.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that you put more effort into one particular character than everything else. But once again, it's like this is what we're getting when it comes to adaptations. Like it feels like you're making decisions just for the hell of it.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why I got mad with Uncharted, because y'all did it wrong. Y'all
you cast I'll let him explain.
You cast Mark Wahlberg to play Sully.
Yep.
I know who Sully is. Sully is an older gentleman who is a father figure to Nate, who taught him the ropes on how to be a treasure hunter / thief in a way.
Yeah.
But my point is, I'm saying speaking for me, I don't envision Mark Wahlberg as Sully. I only see Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I would at least pick Stephen Lang or Bruce Campbell. If you go back to his show that he was on Burn Notice with Bruce Campbell, look at the intro. Look how his character is talking and acting. He has those similarities as Sully. Because Sully has that charm, that charisma. He's over with the cigars. Bruce Campbell character did the exact same thing in Burn Notice. Stephen Lang will be perfect too for that character too.
I would have picked Tom Hanks or
I would too.
Yeah.
I can see that now.
And this is from the screenshot I've seen of Sully.
Oh yeah.
I have no sense of that at all.
But my thing is, and then y'all also ruined it too, because y'all put in 3 games in 1 movie.
Wait, what?
Yes. So what they did was the airplane.
They pulled the Dead or Alive.
No, I'm not joking. Like the airplane scene was from number 3. They strictly came out and said this was a origins it was the younger Nate.
Yeah.
But that was from number 3.
Yeah.
So how do you go from 1 to 3? 1 is him being like, I guess like if I had to guess like he's like 20 years old.
Okay.
And like there's a backstory in 3, but it's not the whole entirety of it though.
Okay.
The backstory is showing him being a young Nate though. If they get it from that, then I understand that. But y'all, it took like moments from like no, actually they did. They took moments from number 4, from number 1, and put it and meshed it in one movie.
Yeah, that was
you can't do that.
That was a bad idea.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, are y'all really doing it for the fans? Again, this is what I keep saying. Sonic the Hedgehog is the only game adaptation that has been the best one.
Halo's 4 Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to add in this one because this one, both I like it, but it also fucking infuriates me. So, For Until Dawn, for those of you who don't know, this came out. It was originally a Machinima series back on the Machinima YouTube channel.
Yeah, I remember.
Back before that channel got shut down for screwing its creators over, like you wouldn't believe.
Oh God.
Nintendo's been dead for like over a decade now. And it originally released as a web series. You can now get it as a continuous movie, and as a continuous movie, it's actually a really good Halo movie. It's supposed to lead into the events of Halo 4 because one of the characters that we focus on in For Until Dawn is actually one of the characters we meet in 4. They got him completely fucking wrong in 4.
Oh God.
So, because at the end of For Until Dawn, he is depicted as being like this older kind of dude.
Okay.
He's been in the army for a couple of years. You know, he has like that kind of grayish hair. He's kind of
Yeah.
more up built. And he still has like his issue where he can't go in the crowd because he gets a rash, but he'll still do it anyway.
Yeah.
In the actual game, he's like maybe in his 30s. But he talks to him like For Until Dawn happened, but he's very clearly not the same guy in For Until Dawn. And I'm like, so did you guys not bother talking to each other when you made this?
Y'all really get me upset when y'all do stuff like that.
And what pisses me off is that For Until Dawn is such a good movie. It's well written, well paced, well scripted. It has a mystery element kind of thing where they make it come in up to be kind of like horror movie-esque villains that are kind of like this creeping dread and stuff. Then you have like the Spartans being depicted as these other like counter ghosts. It's really good, but then you don't follow through on the execution.
Y'all, this is the problem. That's really one.
And I don't even want, and since I haven't even seen the recent Mortal Kombat movie, I don't even want to
Oh
talk about
God,
how bad that was.
No, I swear to God, I don't know what your name is. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me find your name real quick.
Because I remember when the scripts were coming out, and I wanted to see this movie because of one reason, only one reason, because of how they depicted Melina in the movie. Yeah. But because Melina has like, you know, for those who don't know, Melina is like the evil sister, well, the darker sister to the main series of Kitana, and she's like kind of like this figure, like you never see her face when she's covered by a veil because she has like, all these rows of teeth. In the trailer for it, they show that she still has the teeth, but she can cover it up by having like her mouth kind of cover her up. Yeah. And I think that was from like a fan web series. Yeah. That they took that from, and I thought that okay, this looks okay. I can probably go see this. And then I hear that it's
So that's
Simon McCoy.
Yeah, it's Simon McCoy. I need to ask you a really serious question, and you probably not gonna be able to see this, but you probably not see this. I don't care. But my question to you is: did you really play this game? Did you actually even bother to watch the cutscenes or anything? Because you really fucked up, my dude.
And let me add on to that. WB, were you not monitoring this project?
Yeah, because now he's a director. I need to know who's the producer of this. Who the other producer of this, you need to get fired.
Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell that you allowed this.
Because my understanding, what happened in this movie is that apparently they dropped the series protagonist Liu Kang in favor of some random dude named Cole, right?
They did. Because Cole Young, I don't understand why you put him in here. Let me just say off the bat, Cole Young is a bitch. I'm going to say that. The first 10 minutes of this movie, it was terrific because y'all took that adaptation from the Scorpion's Revenge scene. That was genius. But then after the 10 minutes are gone, then you just cut to Cole Young, who is a punk ass on planet Earth. He gets his tail whooped on Earth 5 or 6 times. And then
they drop him to the Mortal Kombat one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make more sense if you want to go through the effort to create this original character to replace or to be the stand-in for the series protagonist to show that he is exceptional at fighting, but maybe he doesn't understand why? But what you're telling me is that he just gets his ass kicked, right?
No, he did. I'm telling you, Yes, he gets his ass kicked. Even Orange, like he's supposed to be like the greatest MMA fighter, but in the
Why
scene,
MMA though?
I don't know. So in the scene, he's fighting his opponent.
Yeah.
He loses. Loses.
Okay, you can't build the greatest MMA fighter and then have him lose that fight.
I'm not joking. He loses, guy. He loses.
That's you got your selling point wrong, people. Like you
And-
had one job.
Yeah, you have one job. Oh, and it gets worse. So Jax comes in and tells Cole, "You've been chosen. Blah blah blah. Blah. Go see his partner, Sonya Blade." Now, he gets his tail whooped in the MMA fight. Go see Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade comes out of nowhere and still whoops his tail. How do you get your ass beat by Sonya Blade in an MMA fighter? I don't understand this. Oh, and the main matter.
Did Sonya Blade at least have her power gauntlets on?
No, she ain't done it.
Okay, then what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But then on top of that, then he still keeps getting his ass beat by Kano on the nether realms. But here's the worst part about this. You make Raiden a bitch.
Wait, what?
Yes. No lie. And if y'all disagree with me, I have the receipts to prove this. He does
You
not.
got receipts.
No, I got receipts. And if y'all think I'm lying, if you go back to any of the Mortal Kombat game cutscene, do you know how badass he is in that?
It takes a lot to put Raiden down.
Yes.
Literally, in the original timeline, he literally had to it took Quan Chi and Shang Tsung teaming up against him to beat him, and then to kill him, he basically had to kill himself to fight a bigger threat.
Yes.
I'm just
Like I'm telling you, all those fight scenes that you saw Raiden whooping ass and everything, none of that was in this movie. Like, I can't remember the other guy's name in here, but whoever he was.
Wasn't Kung Lao in there?
Yeah, Kung Lao. I think it was him. No, this guy right here. Right here, that character right there.
Shang Tsung.
Yeah, Shang Tsung.
Oh, please tell me to get him wrong.
No, I think they did him right. Shang Tsung, he came up, he approached Raiden. Raiden, by the look at his face, was scared. How is Raiden scared? All he does is, the whole entire time, put his staff down, put a shield over his in his area, and the tournament ain't even big. So if y'all seen even the animation movie where like the big ass tournaments,
yeah,
and none of that is in this movie. It goes from Cole being chosen to a small tournament, and Jack's in there, Sonya Blade, but we just mentioned there. But the tournament is small. It's always one against one. Somebody's killed somebody. The kills are okay, but the only good thing out of that whole movie was the guy playing Kano, the guy Joe Talisman playing as Sub-Zero and Scorpion. That's it. You fucked up on Raiden, made him a bitch. Cole Young should not have been in there. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. No, Kung Lao was actually dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Kung Lao was dope. But other than that, no, y'all messed up.
And it's just, is it really so hard? And I understand that when it comes to directors, that they want to, they want to put their own style to something. I understand that. I respect that. But for the love of God, get the basic shit right first.
Yeah, but I can't agree with that, because when it comes to a game franchise that's been out for years,
Yep.
and done successful,
Yep.
fuck your take on that. You can do that, but no, 90% of that has to be according to what's in that game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, I don't agree with that. No, because I'll tell you this right now. When they did Sonic, when they first announced about Sonic, and when they released the very first trailer.
Oh God.
So look, see, that was the ugliest Sonic I've ever seen. The fans.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
The
what
fans,
were they thinking?
That's what I'm saying. That was their idea of making Sonic, right? Y'all saw that very
But
first
they
trailer.
wanted to make it as realistic. I thought,
You can't make it.
No. It's a cartoon hedgehog that's blue that runs at the speed of light. What do you think it's gotta look like?
The fans even said, no, redo that shit and release that trailer again.
And
They listened and did it right.
And for some reason they set it to the soundtrack for Gangsta's Paradise. What was that about?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, Coolio. I love the song. But why Sonic? Are you that hard up on money?
I don't know. I don't know. But when y'all fixed it,
It looked amazing.
y'all did justice. This is why I think y'all have more. This is why I think y'all would do stuff for the fans more than Uncharted or PlayStation, because they don't understand. Not even Marvel. And Marvel is a very big company.
Yeah, nowadays it is.
Nowadays it is.
Bankrupt one time.
But a company like Sega can do a better job than Marvel. And I'm being legit serious. You listen to the fans.
And this is the same company that had to shut down its arcade.
Yes.
Like they had, I think last year they laid off 9% of its workforce. Another part of it.
Wait, who? Marvel?
Sega.
What?
Yeah, like half his workforce quit, and I think another part of it retired.
Good
and they had to sell off their tower because in Japan they have these giant arcade towers.
Yeah.
I think towers. These buildings are just
Yeah.
arcades, and I think they had to sell off that building.
Wow, that is sad.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I think it was last year.
Good Lord. But the fact that y'all listen to the fans, redid it, was successful.
No, unfortunately, the animation studio that did work on the Sonic animation for the first one, they did end up going bankrupt.
I mean,
That was unfortunate. But if they'd done it right the first time,
yes, yeah, because I understand that, and that's unfortunate. I'm not saying go bankrupt, but the fact they redid that and it was successful, and you did a second one, and it topped that one, you're doing something right.
yeah.
But when Marvel and other people are doing either high-end movies or game adaptations, and y'all keep going back, y'all messing up.
Yeah.
When your numbers are, when your budget is higher than the box office numbers, that's a problem.
Yeah. Because you're not making back your money.
You're not making back your money. You're not even breaking even. So I need y'all to really either get better people in these seats, get better producers in these seats.
Get people who actually care about the material.
Cause let me tell you, if I was in there, it would be a whole different ball game. I promise you it would.
Yeah.
It would. I would not be doing the stupid stuff that y'all are doing now.
And I don't care about the backroom corporate.
I don't care.
If anyone even mentions that to me, I would fire them.
No, I would.
Yeah,
I would. It's not even about that.
It's about delivering a quality product to the fans and consumers. Want to know why? Because if you do something that's right by the fans as a general
you're
whole,
going to go.
I guarantee you, the general audience will then go in and they will.
You're going a long. You go a long ways than just sticking in that bubble. I promise you. If I did Morbius and I brought him on there on the writing team.
Oh, the first thing that happened is that
we get comic books. We get comic books. I'm going to read this and study this, and if I don't know it, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, I guarantee you. The first thing that's going to happen in a Morbius movie that he's going to rip somebody's head.
Yes, I'm going to do that. I would do that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people will like that more than what I saw in this movie.
Yeah.
And if I hear a parent say, "Oh, this is too violent,"
your kid don't gotta watch it.
I'm telling you, on the podium, he's gonna hear me say this. He gonna know what I'm gonna say. Fuck the kids. I'm not forcing you to watch this. Go watch Barney. Go watch Teletubbies then. Go watch SpongeBob.
So currently, Morbius is sitting at $163 million.
What was the budget?
What is the budget here?
If it's not up there, type in Morbius budget and it should tell you. Because there's no way that they made money off that.
The budget was $75 to $83 million.
There is no way that was.
Yes, it says here the budget was between $75 to $83 million and it's made $163.3 million.
Well, y'all still felt epic because that movie was trash.
The reviews for it
Oh, they're bad.
are 17 on Rotten Tomatoes
Yes.
and 5.2 on IMDb, and Metacritic is 36.
So do y'all not understand that y'all doing something wrong here?
Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to talk to the fans here too. Why did you spend that much money watching these movies? Because here's the thing, even if you review it as being bad, they still made double their
It
their
did,
budget.
yeah.
So they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. And
I'll let you finish.
yeah.
And I want to add something.
Yeah, and then this is probably my last thing, but the thing I want to know is for some of y'all that get like, for some of y'all that are in LA that get this early access events to these movies. So for some of y'all, I don't know who it is. For some of y'all that say that this movie was either good or bad, or originally say it looks good, why don't y'all ask these hard questions to them? I need to understand it. Like, are y'all scared? Not are y'all,
Access media.
Yeah,
All
I don't care about that. I'm saying for me, I don't care
Oh
about
no,
that.
no, no, no!
I want to ask a director the hard-earned questions. I need to understand what is going through your head because something's not adding up here.
Well, if I had to guess, I want to assume that a lot of these new directors are going off the Rian Johnson philosophy of making movies. We're not going to do a movie for the fans. We're doing a movie for us.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm not watching any of y'all movies. Then
Yeah.
I'm letting him take the floor. I'm just done with y'all.
And the reason why we bring up these adaptations, the reason why we've talked about all these different things in the podcast leading up to this episode, is that the idea was that I wanted to try to have us have this conversation so that we would get you guys to think about these questions, so that way when, let's say you're a member of the LGBT community, are you actually LGBTQ community? Are you actually happy with the representation you're getting, or are you just putting up with it because you're getting something? Because let me tell you right now, as a black person, despite the fact that we would get not a lot, but we would get thrown a bone in once in a while, we still complain that the bone we got thrown was basically already half-eaten, broken, or rotten.
Yeah.
Don't just be satisfied with having representation on screen. Demand that they do better. Demand that they make the characters complex. Demand that they give them arcs. Demand that they make them feel real. Demand that they make them relevant. Demand that you get a quality representation. And that's to being said, that next podcast we do, we're going to be talking about representation in media. We will be talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's going to, and I guarantee you, some of you are going to be offended.
Yeah.
Some of you are not.
Yeah.
Those of you who are not offended, feel free to stick around. Those of you who are, please at least hear us out before you start raging in comments. Because these are things that are becoming more and more prevalent in media. And here's the thing, my philosophy is, if it's already in media, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
So why not demand that it be written well?
Yeah, correct. Because the way y'all doing it now, I'm telling you, it's really, it's hurting me as a viewer, but also as a person who's trying to do film.
Yes.
Y'all really are hurting me because I just because y'all, it's just y'all doing it for like other reasons.
Yeah.
You keep saying you do it for the fans, but you're truly not doing it for the fans, and that's what's irritating me right now.
Here's a good example. Star Wars: Knights of the Republic 1.
Yeah.
You have the option after you get to a certain point, after you become a Jedi in the game, where you have to go cleanse this grove of a dark side influence. You find this girl here, and she is a Force user, and she's converted by the dark side. You have the option to save or kill her. If you save her, she's a member of your party. If you kill her, you lose access to her for the rest of the game. You find out later why she turned to the dark side. It turns out she got into an argument with one of her friends. And I believe if you are a female character, I want to say it's a female character. I don't think you learn it if you play the male character, but you get to customize your character in the game. You learn that the reason why is that she possibly had feelings for her female friend. Okay. And she was wrestling with not only having those feelings, but having feelings for a member of the same gender.
Okay.
That is
works.
interesting.
And
she's arguably one of the most rare-written characters. She's actually become she is a fan favorite character.
Yeah, that works for me.
Number two, that's Republic 2. Same thing. If you play a female character, granted you get a male character party member. You get a male party member, you get a female party member character, one of the more interesting characters. And you find out that one of the Jedi that banished you inside the second game, she had feelings for you, I believe, as a male character. I believe even as a female character she did. But you find out that that her assistant who left instead of spying you, she ended up falling in love with the male character.
Okay.
Now, when they did a book adaptation of this story, they went with the female character. The female character is the canonical character of that game.
Yeah.
But when the fans asked, well, what happened to this character? Because she's a fan favorite character, and she said, is she not part of it? And the writer said, who says she's not? And what that basically means is that that character's character arc is intact. And since canonically the second game is female character, that means that this female character fell in love with that character, and she is considered a fan favorite. She's one of the more well-written characters. There's no problem with having all these different things. Like everything that Hollywood's trying to do right now has been done years ago and been done better.
Yes.
But now Hollywood has dumbed it down
Yeah.
to the point where people just accept that it is there. No, don't just accept that it is there. Ask the question. Demand more.
Yeah.
Demand better. You have a voice. It's your money, your time. You can demand that they put forth some more effort. And if they tell you that you need to sit down and shut up, stop being an armchair director, armchair developer, tell them, hand in director's badge, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And I don't care what director gets pissy at me. I already know that the company's going to get mad at me. You can all kiss my dick.
Yeah, because it's getting very frustrating. Like the point where like I can't even enjoy a movie without something being forced in my face, or you guys keep dumbing down movies just for the sake of for the kids.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like this logic or this. I really want to sit down with y'all or go on a Zoom call with y'all and understand what is going through y'all head when y'all think about these ideas. Because something ain't adding up. Something's really not adding up. If Morbius didn't do good, if them didn't do good, if them Carnage didn't do good, why do y'all keep continuing doing the same thing over and over and over again and think it's going to do better the next time? It obviously didn't work the first two times, so just do something different.
And the same thing with the gaming industry. It's like when you do adaptations of films to movies or books, films to games or books to games, why do you feel the need to half-ass the controls,
Yes.
half-ass the story, and then you want to shove all this extra necessary crap in our faces that we just don't want?
I don't understand that. Like it's just like again, the story they developed for both Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2 were genius. I had no problem with that. They would get people in there. It worked. I understood why they were in there. It made sense. But the fact they're doing a game adaptation, this is fine. But when y'all keep adding this extra stuff in here, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I literally don't understand. Like I just don't understand. Like, are you trying? Like, if you're trying to go for a certain group, like he talked about before, okay, say that. But don't come out and say we're doing it for the fans, because you're not doing it for the fans. Because if you really did, you pay attention. That character that we mentioned before is not in the game. I played it. He hasn't played it. I played it. I played the first one 8 or 10 times. I played the second one 5 or 6 times. That character has not been in this game. Ellie is in this game.
Yeah. Joel's in this game.
Yeah, Joel's in this game. Her girlfriend that was in the side was in the game. Not in the show, but in the DLC.
Yeah.
I love that story. I love that story. I cried in that story.
Now that tells you the story is really well written. This dude don't cry for nothing.
Yeah, I don't. If a story is really that good, gonna make me cry, I will cry. That was a good story.
And this is why I am terrified. I am legitimately terrified of the day they announce a Metroid movie adaptation.
I'm not even gonna go watch it. I'm saying this right now. I'm not gonna go watch it because I already know what you're gonna do with it.
Do you know anything about Metroid?
I know not too much, like, but
So-
I mean, yeah, but you guys, I've seen it before, but I don't know.
So Metroid is basically imagine Alien
Yeah.
and Ellen Ripley, but she has a Master Chief style power suit with,
Okay.
with an arm cannon.
Okay. Ooh, that sounds cool.
And her arch nemesis is a giant alien pterodactyl raptor thing that leads a bunch of space pirates.
That sounds dope.
And it is an isolationist game where it's just you alone on a planet trying to survive and explore.
That sounds dope.
Samus is considered, I believe, I could be wrong about this. No, it's Princess Peach. Samus was actually billed as in the mech, because Nintendo misled everybody.
Yeah.
This is back in like 90 something.
Yes.
She was depicted as a male actually. They They thought that it was a robot male, and even in the manual they said he.
Yeah.
If you beat the game fast enough, you found that the badass bounty hunter you were playing as
Was a female.
Was a female.
That's dope.
She's also a bounty hunter, but Nintendo doesn't want her to do actual bounty hunting. Because
Why?
it's too R-rated. And I'm like,
What?
And not R-rated, it's too mature, but I'm like, Samus is literally compared and pitted against Boba Fett. Why not? Anyway, but my problem is that they would do her wrong, because they already did her wrong once in one of her games.
Why?
Because they made her this cold, distant, whiny little child.
Why?
And she's always been depicted as this stoic bad. Now they fixed it in a recent game.
Yeah.
They fixed it. They overcompensated. I would add. They overcompensated. But in Hollywood, I know for a fact they would cast the wrong actress. They would go out of their way to basically overpower her to the point where she's not in any danger.
Yeah.
But the problem is that when she's alone fighting against essentially giant Cthulhu life-sucking demon monsters, and she ends most every game blowing up the planet she's on. I don't know why she does, but she just does. I don't know why it happens, self-destructing and whatnot. But it's like you have this badass female character who is considered among the great badasses. She's up there with Master Chief, with Boba Fett.
Jesus.
Well, technically Master Chief is up there with her, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she's such an iconic character of power and dominance and just sheer confidence that I know Hollywood's going to get her wrong.
I swear.
I know they're going to get her wrong.
I'm not even going to watch. I'm not even going to watch because the way you just explained
She's also like 7 foot tall.
Yeah, but the way you just explained it just now, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
And I already know Hollywood, you're going to mess it up. So I'm not even going to.
Because you messed up Makoto Kitsuragi and Ghost in the Shell. Makoto is basically the closest facsimile to that
movie
we
was
have.
trash.
And I have not seen that movie.
No,
I don't want to because I have that standalone complex. We are watching standalone complex.
Oh, God,
We're going to watch. We're going to watch standalone complex before we watch that movie.
Yeah,
and I want you to understand why I'm furious with it. Anyway.
Yeah.
As well as Cowboy Bebop, so you understand why I'm furious with that adaptation. Because here's the thing, right? You have no experience with Cowboy Bebop, right? The only experience you have was the Netflix adaptation they announced.
I didn't even watch that.
When I tell, because you didn't watch that. Okay, when I tell you that nothing about that was like the original animation, I mean it was nothing like it.
Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all do this? Because I swear to God, I didn't know anything about Cowboy Bebop. But just seeing that trailer alone looked whack as hell. But the fact you just told me it had nothing to do with the original. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I got an issue with. Y'all keep doing this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna take to get through y'all thick skull right now. But when people keep telling you for the right reasons something is not working, y'all keep doing the opposite. Stop with this. I don't know. Man, I swear, every ounce of me right now really wants to crush some of you directors out.
Yeah.
I really do.
I do too.
Especially
the writers.
Yeah, especially writers. But I want to have a civilized conversation over a Zoom call with both of us, with one of the with directors I want to have a conversation with, because I need to understand from y'all what is going through y'all heads. I really do.
And is it you or is it a studio?
Yeah, because if it's not you in the studio, then the studio is fucking up.
Yeah.
But if it's you, you're fucking up. And I don't want none of that business answer. I want a real answer. If it's something like, I don't like the audience, I'd rather you say that than give me a business. According to our ratings here, I don't want to hear that.
The ratings don't mean.
I don't want to hear that.
All ratings mean is how many people are watching.
Yes.
You know what you should be watching for your ratings? The fall off of that.
Yes.
Not how big they are, how many you're losing.
Yes.
Because right now, I feel in my gut that the industry, and honestly, I do think with some indie stuff that we're seeing that it is turning around, but with the mainstream stuff,
no, y'all falling off.
You're falling off.
You falling off so bad, it ain't even funny. I think I've been watching lately more anime than American stuff because y'all are falling off so bad, and it's sad. As an American, I am more interested in watching Attack on Titan Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is probably actually no, not probably is better than most of the movies y'all made.
And then you have shows like Darling in the Franxx, which if you're a younger viewer, don't watch it, but it deals with sexuality and all that stuff, growing and stuff. It's a very over-sexualized show, but they actually tackle the issue of relationships between a guy and a woman, a girl, a guy and a guy. They tackle all relationships,
Okay, that's good.
and it's done. And up until at least the final season, I heard the final season just fell off the fucking face of the earth.
Oh, Jesus.
but everything leading up to that, including the stuff I mentioned beforehand,
Yes.
was handled with such a maturity that everybody was praising it like the next big thing.
That's good, but that's
But once again, it's like
y'all just
Oh my
y'all just really do- I think I might really do it one day. I think I might save money up to go to an actual like event like in LA somewhere,
yeah,
and I want to actually talk to a director. I will literally get a hotel for like 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights, and go to a premiere, and I want to talk to a director. I really do.
yeah,
Because I need to understand something. 'Cause something's not making sense to me.
yeah.
I don't understand this. Morbius, Venom, like Uncharted, y'all screwing Halo, y'all screwing things up here. I don't understand what is it going to take for y'all to get that idea. I get y'all care about money. I get that. I get that.
Well, the best way to make money, make a good product that people actually like.
Look at Sonic, it made money. Like
Yeah.
actually,
No one expected that movie to do well.
I didn't either.
Nobody did. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I don't think the Mario movie coming out later this year is gonna do any kind of
Wait,
good.
which one?
The Mario movie,
Which one?
the one coming out later this year with Chris Pratt.
No, it's not.
I already know that movie's not
No,
gonna do
no.
good.
So box office.
And with, but I think it's Peel, not Peel, Keegan Michael Key. He's playing Toad.
Stop. No. Stop. It needs to stop. Stop. Just stop.
You know who Toad is, right?
Yeah, I know. Sort of.
Okay.
But that's why I said they need to stop. That's wrong. That's
Yeah.
You're doing injustice to that.
You got. All I'll say is this: the bar is set so low for Mario movies.
Yeah,
If at the bare minimum you do better than that god awful adaptation for like the late 90s,
Yeah.
you're doing all right. But I don't think it's gonna be good.
So box office for Sonic the Hedgehog, the very
That's
first
the very
one,
first one.
they did $306 million.
What's the budget?
I'm checking the budget right now because this is.
I can't be more than 80 million. I doubt that movie's more than $80 million.
85 to 90 million.
Okay, so I was a little bit close.
So
it did get
they got their money back. But
And
here's,
then some.
but here's my thing though. It was roughly 85 to 90 million dollars. That was their budget, and they got $386 million for box office.
And I guarantee you, maybe a few million of that was due to them having to go back in and redo.
Yeah,
the
you know it was. But the fact I'm saying is y'all they did a good job with this. They went back, listened, and fixed it, but yet still made money back from that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. When you do it right the second time, and do it right, look at how well it did. I just don't understand with y'all. I just don't understand with y'all. Like I just y'all making me really transition into anime, and I'm fine with that. But
Yeah.
Americans, as far as Hollywood, y'all are really fucking stupid. I just
You're way too up your own backside.
Yeah, I just don't.
You're either too scared to try something different, or you're too lazy to put any effort into
Yeah,
it.
that's all I gotta say about that. But if I was a director, it would be if Brad was a director, it'd be a whole different ball game. I promise you that.
Yeah.
But y'all just, I just don't understand.
Like actually, now I'm glad you mentioned the comic book thing. X-Men,
Lord-
early 2000.
Lord
Halle Berry. Every single actor
Yeah.
on that set said that they read the comics when they did those roles.
Yeah,
Every single one.
My friend told me how badass she was in the comics.
Yeah.
Why on God's green earth did y'all make her so weak? Why?
Who?
Storm,
And what?
X-Men.
The original from the early 2000s?
No, like the live action.
No, tell me the live action one from like with Hugh Jackman and whatnot.
Yeah, like the one when they did yeah, they made
No, I thought about the original one, like the original trilogy, like X-Men, X-Men 2, and Last Stand.
Oh no, double fine. The one where they did I think it was Days of Future Past thing, or yeah, with her in there, they made her weak in there. They made her weak.
Well, I mean, my question is, why would you do that? Because Storm, Here's the thing: you can't make Storm weak because she literally controls the weather. She's considered an Omega level mutant at the highest level you can get. The only other people up there is Magneto, Apocalypse, Jean Grey, and like two. And I think recently Professor X got put up there. And X was even Omega level mutant for like the last 40 something years.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about the woman who ends up becoming the Queen of Wakanda.
Yeah. And see, I was
not going to get that storyline.
Yeah.
But still.
And that pisses me off. Like stories like that, I want to see. And we can't get that only in comic books.
Yeah. It feels like the only medium that actually gives a damn about conveying these messages, about putting effort into his characters, every relationship. Like for instance, do you know how Batwoman got a TV series?
Oh God!
I didn't watch it. I knew it was going to be bad. Batwoman is canonically, the current Batwoman is canonically gay. She's actually in a relationship with do you see Batman the animated series?
Yeah.
The Latino cop who takes over. Yeah, she's in a relationship with her.
Okay, so
but at one point Warner Brothers said they didn't want them to be married. They didn't want any hero to be married, and I'm like, why? They eventually backtracked that because they realized it was fucking stupid. But I knew that show wasn't going to do it right because that relationship is so personal. It's so well written that I knew they would screw it up. Because it's like this big build up to the point where it's like Two-Face has like this creepy crush on the Latino woman. She turns him down. He outs her as gay. They have this whole big thing. The police academy is against her, and then it all culminates in Batwoman going, "Will you marry me?" And I'm like, yes. Thank God.
That's interesting. I want to see that.
But we're never going to because they don't have the balls that actually depict that.
You guys, I swear, I swear.
Look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm gonna let you finish.
No.
I gotta get this out. If you want to depict that LGBT people have it hard in America, and they do, I'm not gonna act like they don't. But if you want to depict they have it hard, having stories like that, where a lesbian character who is in the closet, who doesn't want people to know, gets outed by a supervillain who we know is a jackass.
Yes.
And have it culminate in this happy ending to show how they struggle and strive and prove that they still deserve to be here. That's how you do it. But I know for a fact in the Batwoman show, they would have just handed it to her and kept it moving without her ever working for it.
I didn't wait.
Everything's on work. Everything you have to work for, and it means so much more when you can sit down and work for it.
No, I know that season 2. No, I'm in that season 2 off the animated series too, and I just cannot believe y'all just.
No, it's still in the comics.
I'm sorry, the comics. Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
And I'm just like.
That
sweet Jesus.
When you told me that's genius.
It's like this whole long arc. You just want these two to get together and have a happy ending,
and that's fine.
We get one, and then Warner Bros. Come out and say, "Yeah, none of our superheroes can get married."
Why?
Warner Bros. Are you just what the hell is wrong with you? It feels like the only people that actually care about depicting stuff is animation, artists, and maybe game developers.
No, that really is. No, that's the cold hard truth. That's the cold hard truth. And I'm going to stick to that. They care more about characters and stories, whether they're gay or not. But y'all can't get one damn thing right. Why?
What's so hard about that?
I don't understand it. Like I'm really trying. I'm trying so hard. Like I feel like I'm in a toxic relationship with a company that don't understand how to make good movies. I don't understand that. But yet, people over in Japan can make solid shows.
Yeah.
What are y'all not understanding about that? What are y'all not understanding about that? Demon Slayer. I haven't finished all the seasons. I'll give you my friend went to see the movie, the Demon Slayer movie. He said, as a grown ass man, he has never cried before. He cried that movie so many times. He's seen it 2 times already. He's about to see it for a 3rd and 4th time. That's what I'm saying.
I got a movie back that's probably gonna make you cry, the bitch.
What?
I'm not gonna say what it's about.
Oh, I probably will see it too. I probably see it.
Oh no, we're gonna be seeing it.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see it immediately after we watch Akira later on.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Don't worry. All I'll say is this: those of you who know the movie, your name. That's it. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say about it.
But yeah, like I just
It's that's what I'm getting at. It's like, and then I remember there was one show that made me cry, and I made the mistake of watching this show all 12 episodes in one day. Don't do this. You're going to fucking emotionally hate yourself. It's called. The show in Japanese has this long name, but it's shortened down to Ao no Hana. I think it's the flower we didn't know we saw that day in English. It is about these group of friends who split apart and their lives changed drastically due to one event, and that is the event that one of their childhood friends drowned in a river. And one of them is being haunted by her ghost.
oh god.
And the point of this is to try, and the point of this show is to basically let her pass on to find out something that's going to make her happy, and eventually all the friends got together. The last scene, when I tell you that I was bawling, I felt the tears coming. I paused the last 2 minutes about 20 times. Because I'm like, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry. Okay, I can do this. Hit pause.
Yo.
I was gone.
Yeah,
I was gone.
That's my point right there. That's my point right there. The fact that animation, it was
animation.
Animation. The fact that made you as a grown man get emotional.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's-
If anybody says there's something wrong with that, you go fuck yourself.
there's nothing wrong with that. And again, but the fact that again, even if that show had something to do with gay or straight or whatever, my point is it made him cry.
Yeah.
The story made sense. The plot made sense. All that made sense.
And it was
Y'all-
a deeply grounded plot.
Y'all can't get none of this shit right.
Because you're too focused on trying to hit buzzwords and stuff.
It's not gonna work.
You're treating movies as bank accounts.
It's not gonna work. You're gonna be $0 every single time.
Yeah.
Cause y'all keep
You're
failing.
going to keep
us.
making less and less money as time
Jesus
goes on.
Christ.
And eventually people are going to catch on
I-
and keep making this money even quicker.
I swear on everything. If Phase 5 of Marvel, and I know y'all have a challenge already, cause I already know y'all already have.
Yeah, they're probably getting that new Miss Marvel show off the ground.
I'm not watching that. It's not piquing my interest.
Kamala Harris, Kamala Khan.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, same here. Which is sad because Kamala Khan actually, if I'm honest, actually does have a pretty interesting story.
Yeah, but it's just like it's not piquing my interest. Y'all just.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Phase 5 is probably gonna end up killing Marvel.
It is gonna kill Marvel. I already know that.
I feel like Phase 5 is gonna end up.
You
killing
can't beat what you just did, like with 10 years of this movie.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Especially since, from my understanding, they're. So I saw this article a little while ago. They said that eventually they want to have the number of female characters and male characters balanced out, right? So 50-50. But then they changed it really recently to, yeah, we're going to end up having more female heroes than male heroes. I'm like, why is that?
Why?
How about instead of having more of one than another, how about we just have good characters?
Where
You have plenty of good characters to pick from.
Where do we go from having good characters to just having more females, having more males? Where did that come from?
And why is that so
Well,
important?
why is it important?
Let me tell you something right now. Some of my favorite comic book heroes are girls like Power Girl, Rogue, and
Yes.
Black Cat. She's an anti-hero.
Yes,
You
Black
don't
Cat.
have to have more of one gender be represented. And more
Just
of one
have a
gender.
good character.
Just have good characters.
I don't
and people
wanna
will gravitate to those characters because
Y'all.
there's something inherently fiction about them.
Yes.
You know?
Y'all, I just. Oh, this is why I hate Hollywood. This is why I could never be in Hollywood. This is why I could never work in Hollywood.
Oh no! I'd be fired from Hollywood within a day.
I would. And again, I said I may be doing a film in Hollywood, but I could never live in it. Cause y'all got your head so far up your asses. It's really sad. No, it's really sad. Because I know a lot of movies on Disney from years ago were incredible. Movies back then that I remember were incredible. Like now it's just trash.
Yep. There's very few diamonds out there.
What?
The last good, just overall Disney movie that I legitimately enjoyed watching was Moana.
Yes. I don't understand. Like, I wish I could read y'all minds and understand what's going through. Cause y'all really fucking up, man.
Yeah.
And I need y'all to get y'all shit together. Those are my last words about as far as the adaptations, but
Yeah.
y'all need to get y'all shit together. Brad, you can say whatever you want, but y'all really fucking up right now. That really are.
Honestly, I've said my piece,
That's
right?
it. Me
It's
too.
just, we, if you take nothing else from this podcast, from this episode, from this video, please understand this. When we say the criticisms we say in these episodes, it's not an attack on people. It's not an attack on anything. What we're more talking about is the fact that it seems like people are being taken advantage of as caricatures as opposed to being treated like characters in these films or in these games, in any of these adaptations. You know, there needs to be quality control. There needs to be well-written characters, no matter what their background is, no matter where they're coming from. It needs to serve the plot. It needs to have a purpose. It needs to be relevant. You can't just have it be there to have it be there, you know? I think one of the more egregious examples of that was the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where it says no man can decipher this, but it turns out, oh yeah, you need a woman. You couldn't get more on the nose than that. It was just, and I did, that's what I'm getting at, right? When you're doing these token efforts, all it is that, token. It doesn't mean anything. It will not last. That's why I firmly believe that we're having less and less movies nowadays come out, less and less games nowadays come out, less and less shows come out nowadays that are putting forth a legitimate effort to actually tell a story as opposed to way back in the day. Yeah. Back when it was considered less acceptable to have these things in here when they still did it anyway.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know.
So that's what we're going to call it for today.
Yeah.
Once again, your comments down below. I'm looking very forward to seeing the reaction to this one.
Yeah.
Because we talked about a lot of controversial topics.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure there will be people who take us out of context. That's fine. We know what we said. The videos at the very least to watch and get their own opinions on.
Yeah.
There will be plenty of people who will try to take it out of context in the opposite direction. Once again, the context is up there. You can watch it for yourselves.
Yeah.
To either one of you guys, if you do either one of you guys taking it in the extreme in either direction, understand you're part of the problem too. For those of you who want to actually have a legit conversation, who actually think that maybe there's something here that we could talk about that was interesting, maybe something that was missed, maybe something that was be elaborated on for us, feel free to leave the comments down below.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I do.
But for right now, we're going to take that because hot damn.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah. Peace.